Hello, my name will get me demonetized on YouTube, and today I'm being joined by my lover, Plasma Energized, to discuss the summer 2023 anime season. Say hello, Plasma. Say hello!
Hello. Thank you to my lover and brother and inbred twin AIDS for introducing me in such a nice way. But we're
Exactly.
here to talk about anime and
I-
waffle on for over an hour.
I'm so glad I got to kidnap you and take you hostage for such an important event.
I mean, it was. I mean, I wouldn't consider it kidnapping because this is a good thing for me too.
Yeah,
I'd love to be kidnapped by you. So like,
absolutely. You've been moaning all day about it.
yeah, I have. Unfortunately, you didn't have to expose me like that, but whatever.
I mean, the secret would have come out eventually anyway. It doesn't
That's
really
true.
matter.
And when you say come out, you mean in two different ways, I'm assuming.
Exactly. Exactly. Don't worry, you're an anime fan. You can't be that gay.
Exactly.
Well, that is one hell of an introduction. So, where should we start then? As you can tell from the visual, it's pretty much entirely ship Plasma scene.
And there's also one more. I guess I could start with Bleach since it's not actually on the tier list.
All right, we'll pretend that fucking Masamune Kun's Revenge is Bleach.
Yeah.
That's actually
Okay,
a pretty funny fucking substitute.
I'm gonna put it in A tier. I'm saying.
All right.
I have to. The only reason I haven't put it in S tier because it's definitely not better than the first part, the Thousand Year Blood War that happened in fall 2022. But so far, I'm really liking it. It's good. I think it's spoilers. If you're fine with them, spoilers. We saw Rukia's Bankai in the most recent episode. That was fucking beautiful. I gotta say, they animated that really well. It looked amazing. I was honestly really surprised. As someone who has not read the manga, I was very, very, very shocked. And in a good way, it was really good. But I can't really, just because of all the action that happened in the first part, and this part of it being like more of a training thing for Ichigo. Like we're only seeing him leave his training now. We haven't even seen him fight yet, really. So, but apart from that, I'm excited.
Yeah.
I think it's definitely gonna only get better from here. I don't think it can get any worse. But it's still Bleach. It's still great.
Yeah, and then when it comes to Bleach, you know my take, which is I really don't give a shit.
Fair enough. Yeah, it is quite long. So.
Yeah, I mean it's a lot to get through, but at the same time, I'm really glad that people are able to enjoy it now.
Yeah, the boosted animation quality is very, very nice to see for the story so good, and I'm glad we're going to see 2 more seasons even after this one.
Yeah, it's definitely a good thing for Bleach fans because Bleach fans didn't really get that treatment back in the day. But now they're getting a better treatment than what fucking Naruto's getting. Oh, I'm so fucking sorry, Naruto fans.
I'm so sorry.
I'm Boruto. I fucking hate my dad.
Jesus Christ. Anyways, onwards. Bleach is good. Bleach is good. I have no complaints about it.
Yeah, you have 15 billion anime you're watching this season, so how about you strike off another one before I get to one?
Fair enough, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go for the one furthest to the right.
Alright.
This one, it's I'm saying B or C tier for me. I'd say out of all of them, I'd say B tier. It's an isekai. But it's not that bad. Honestly, it's not that bad. There's some decently funny moments. The carrot girl's pretty nice to see. And it's just there's a lot of wholesome moments. I like to see it, and it's the most American anime this season because the main weapon the main character has is a gun.
Yeah, baby, America.
And honestly, it's just fine. It's nothing amazing, but there's nothing really inherently wrong with it. So I think B tier is just fine.
I don't know, maybe I'll pick it up because there's Aiden-kun in it. Whenever I fucking debate guns with anyone who isn't American, they're like, oh, why are guns in America? And I'm like, oh no, they're cool, I guess.
That man is me.
Yeah, I mean, I talk to a lot of foreigners. There are a lot of people who just don't get it with American culture. I'm telling you guys, we really are the best country.
I'm pretty sure he drops a gun off of a gorilla or something like that.
Wait, what?
Yeah, it was also some like massive gorilla. It's like a world where like everything, like food, everything, no matter what, is dropped off of bosses, and he drops a gun, but no one knows what a gun is. Only he knows what a gun is.
Yeah, okay.
And he has this thing where all his stats are horrible, except for like his drop rate, which is like maximum. And it's pretty cool. He gets like a bunch of shit that only he can have because he's got such high like monster drop rate luck.
Yeah.
But it's alright. It's alright.
Alright, so fuck it. We'll have you go through yet another anime before I get to
another one.
Why are you watching so much this season, Plasma?
Why not?
And why am I watching so little?
Because I have shit to say about the fifth one on my road. I have shit to say. Yeah. Detail.
Not surprised. Everyone's been shitting on this one.
It's just tsundere, but bad. It's horrible.
Yeah.
The only redeeming... I would have dropped this straight away if the main character wasn't like... If the main character was any worse, I would have dropped it. But I honestly don't mind the main character. But luckily, as the episodes are going on, we're not actually seeing much of the fuck... I'm not gonna lie, I don't remember the name of the tsundere girl, so I'm just gonna call her tsundere. We're not seeing a lot of her in the past couple episodes, which is nice. But overall, she's just so fucking annoying.
Yeah.
Because she's a tsundere, but that's it. There's nothing, like, it's just like, it defines her entire personality, really. Like, that's the only thing remotely really interesting about her, it seems like, and there's no reason. Apart from it being like the premise of the show, there's no reason for her to act that way. Yeah. Like it's really weird.
In that case, my question is, in what way is she a tsundere? Because I think tsunderes can be well written.
Well, she's always basically the main character is a guy who really likes the tsundere.
Yeah.
But so he like pester her constantly. And always like ask her out and stuff, and she'd always reject him. And then one day he like stopped doing all of that. He's like, oh, that's kind of rude for her because everyone thinks we're in a relationship, so no one like approaches her. So I'm gonna like back off from her. And as soon as he does, she gets more friends. But then she starts like missing him, but not telling anyone about it. Getting upset when like he talks to a girl. Like someone in another year, getting upset about that, not telling him why she's upset, just getting upset with him, and just like saying, this, he's like, go away, but then as soon as he goes away, why is he talking to another girl? It's really weird.
Yeah. That just seems so frustrating to watch.
Yeah, it's so annoying to watch. It's so annoying.
Like, she's barely even a tsundere by that point. She's just a bitch.
Yeah. And there's also a quote-unquote college girl that the main character meets. She's actually, like, I actually like her character. She's not even that bad. It turns out she's a middle schooler, which was interesting, but...
Definitely a plot development.
But, it's annoying to watch purely because of the tsundere girl, but that's it really. There's not much to say.
Yeah. So I wanna get to one of my anime before we get to one of your three. So I'll start with My Tiny Senpai. I was so hyped for this one. I was like, oh hell yeah, this girl's hot as fuck. I want to watch this romance. and then it was mid. It was fucking mid. It's like, no, god damn it, this is the anime I was most hyped for this season, and it was fucking mid.
That's unfortunate.
Like, it's not even like it's that bad either. It's like, it's got its fair share of cute moments. Even though the main two characters aren't anything special, the main two side characters are actually really fun. The girl who's the blonde girl is like a big otaku, and then the boss character ships everyone with each other. He's just really funny. I think the relationship between those two is actually not that bad. I'm getting invested in it.
Mm-hmm.
And then the relationship between protagonist-kun and Katase is just, it's fine. Not bad, not good, just fine. And I feel like my reason for that is that neither of them have a defined enough personality. Like, of course the personality is there. Protagonist-kun is very... I love that name. Not even his actual name. I just think it's funny. Yeah, so Protagonist-kun is like, he's relatively nervous, but at the same time he's very much a go-getter. He wants to get all his work done, impress the people around him. Just overall a hard-working, upstanding guy. And then Katase, the girl, she's very caring and nurturing. It's like, okay, those are personalities that are there, but I don't really feel like they're honed in enough. I don't really know how to describe it. It just doesn't feel like it's enough. Yeah, I tried to give it a chance throughout its first couple of episodes. Like, everyone was already kind of annoyed by it the first episode. It's like, oh, it's just blushing. They're just blushing too much, and it's like, at first I found the awkwardness between the two of them to be kind of charming. It's getting old. It's really getting old. Just fuck already, damn it!
That reminds me of the Ice Guy and his cool film My Colleague. They're always blushing at each other. It gets old really fast.
Yeah. I will say though, there's definitely opportunities that this show can have to rise to B tier. I think it has.
Oh, okay.
I think it has potential to be something more than it is right now. It's not. It's not like another anime that I'll be ranking later, where I think it's gonna stay mid throughout the rest of its run. So, and that's what I think about My Tiny Senpai. Unfortunately mid, but I think it can be something better if we give it more time.
That's fair, yeah. I guess since there's so many, I'll get into another one that I've been watching.
Yeah.
I'll go with, why not, Bungo Stray Dogs Season 5.
Alright.
I'm gonna say this is S tier, I'm not gonna lie. I'm really, really loving it. Bungo Stray Dogs is such a good show. Honestly, it's one of the first seinen I think I started watching. I haven't watched too many, and it's really good. The main character is I like the drama that's going on with terrorism and shit. I didn't expect the story to change so much. I think it was around the end of season 4. Or maybe at the beginning. I don't quite remember when it happened. But it turned the main cast into the quote-unquote villains. And it's really good. The animation's pretty decent. I'm not going to spoil too much. But I don't know, it's just really, really interesting to watch. And the things that happen, I don't really want to spoil much.
Yeah.
Because I think people should watch it.
And when you said main character turning into villains, I was like, oh, is this an AOT season 4 moment? I'm actually...
I'm excited for it. I'm excited for it.
I might actually pick it up after hearing that. It sounds really interesting.
But there's a lot of themes that get explored and stuff. That are really interesting to watch. We haven't seen too much of the main character this season. Obviously, we've seen him. He's the fucking main character. But he's not like a central focus in the story. And I think the entire premise of the show is good. Season 5 especially, I've been really enjoying. I'd say it's not the best season. I think season 2 is better. But this is definitely a top tier one, for sure.
Yeah. So yeah. I mean, I'll probably pick it up then, because
Yeah.
they're only 12 episode seasons.
Yeah.
So it'd be like the length of Full Metal Alchemist, which is the type of length that I can handle.
Mhm. I guess I'll go for another one then.
Yeah.
We'll go for the one furthest to the right then.
All right.
I'm gonna put this one in C tier.
All right.
It's just an isekai.
Not surprised.
It's like it's about a guy who's a healer. He becomes a healer in this new world, and he trains. So the guy on the right, he trains under him because he's a healer. Also wants to be able to defend himself, so he goes through some quite brutal training.
Yeah.
Which like it's very tiring for him, and he drinks this like they call it Substance X, and it's like this like disgusting ass drink.
Yeah, I'm sure it's colored white.
Like, it's not. It's like this purple multicolored mess.
You were supposed to laugh at my cum joke, Plasma.
My fault. Anyway.
Holy
and
shit.
Then and because no one will drink it. The guy who makes it like offers it to people who are training, but they never take it because it smells disgusting. It's disgusting all around. But he drinks it anyway because he wants to get stronger. So everyone starts calling him a zombie masochist, which is hilarious. But overall, it's just an isekai. Not many isekais will become B tier.
Yeah, and that's just how isekai works. If something's oversaturated, then it's hard for it to cross that barrier. I almost feel like romance is starting to become the new isekai in terms of anime genres.
I think, sure. I have to say, in terms of anime, I'm not liking romance anime as much, but I'm loving romance manga.
I keep on watching new romance anime every season too, even though I'm starting to get burnt out of the genre.
Fair.
I don't really know what it is with me then.
Some of them are good, some of them are.
Yeah, I mean, because like the ones that are good are so good that it makes me want to chase that.
It makes me want to find another one like that.
Yeah,
it's like I had so much fun watching this other one. I'm gonna watch a bunch, read a bunch to see if I can find one like that. And they sometimes happen, but not as often as I'd like, obviously. But
yeah.
Anyway, do you want me to go with another one?
Yeah, go with another one. We'll go with another one for you.
I'll go for Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2, why not?
Alright.
So I'm gonna put this one as A tier.
Alright. Behind or ahead of Bleach?
I'm gonna put it... I say behind.
Alright.
But they're very close.
Yeah, like,
I think of like more of this.
Masamune, Bleach's Revenge is definitely... It's so fucking funny that we're using that as our image.
Anyway, the thing is, a lot of people are loving it. I can't put it in S tier simply because we haven't seen the main characters aside from Gojo. I know, like, it doesn't really matter if the main characters aren't there and stuff, but to me, like, when all the main characters, apart from like one, are just gone, it's kind of annoying. So I can't put it in S tier, but with the path that they did take, it's great. I'm fucking loving it. Gojo, my love for Gojo as a character has gone up so much because he's so fucking funny.
Yeah.
I actually love this guy so much. He's peak comedy in a show like Jujutsu Kaisen. In terms of the comedy aspect, he kind of carries it.
Yeah. And I just
with his unseriousness, with this guy who's fucking obviously insanely overpowered, being so unserious, it's so fun to watch.
But I decided to skip out on Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2 personally, because I wasn't really the biggest fan of the first season. It's not necessarily that the show itself was bad. It's not like Demon Slayer in that aspect. It just was me realizing shonen isn't really for me anymore.
That's fair.
Yeah.
So far it's just been like a flashback.
Yeah, I heard Season 2 is very different. So
it's a flashback from when Gojo was a student.
Oh
Jujutsu
yeah.
And basically it's an escort mission, and it's honestly great. I'm like there were good there was good action. Um, it was interesting. It was just captivating, really. And there's a small break. I say small. I think September, around September, something like that. We're gonna see the Shibuya incident arc.
Yeah.
So they took a break from it to show the flashback, and I'm excited for that. Obviously, I won't be. Um, this is the last time I'll talk about Jujutsu Kaisen this season, because I think it's just gonna start again when fall um, starts. But yeah, it's just good.
Yeah. Like yeah. I might. There's a small chance I might pick it up. It definitely seems like an interesting direction to take the series.
Yeah.
So I guess in that case, I'll finally move on to one of my shows.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cover the one that I think will be a lot where I don't have as much to say about it. Sugar Apple Fairy Tale Season Part 2 is pretty much the same as Part 1 in terms of quality, so which means it's really fucking good. Like I think this is one of the most slept on anime we've had in a while.
Wow.
I initially picked it up because I thought the main girl was cute, and then the show itself ended up actually being good, so I'm happy for that. It's not like My Chinese Senpai in that sense. But I think I described the plot synopsis to you once. But basically, there are humans and fairies. Fairies are basically slaves. The main girl picks up this one fairy, and she's super stubborn about like, oh, I'm gonna give you your freedom, because I can't treat you like a slave. But the problem is, he's an asshole. So he's like, if you want me to do shit, then fucking grab my weight and force me. Yeah, so the romance aspect of the series is her trying to get closer to him, have him earn her trust, and then I'd say the main aspect of the series, which I wasn't really expecting, is the fact that the main character makes sugar confections, and it's her journey to make the most beautiful confections that drives her throughout most of the series. And the fairy Shalf and Shell is pretty much just there to support her and help her in that aspect, because I mean that's what she paid for him to do.
That sounds fun, yeah.
Yeah, and then season 2 is not season 2, part 2. I'm so bad of course, man.
I don't blame you.
But yeah, part 2 is basically just continuing the story of season 1. I don't really want to spoil anything in particular that's going on with part 2 and what's going on, so I think that's all I'm gonna say for now. I'd recommend it to anyone who has the time to see it. Anyone who's into like fantasy shoujo stuff like that. It'll rock your boat.
I'll probably pick up.
Yeah. All right, Plasma. Time to talk about 15 billion of your own seasonals.
Let's go with vending machine.
All right.
I'm gonna say 8 tier.
Okay.
The bottom of 8 tier.
Yeah.
But either that or I move the one I put in B tier to C tier and then put vending machine. Actually, I think that works better. I'll put vending machine at B tier and move that down, yeah. Honestly, I'll admit, I started this one as a joke, and it's really good.
Yeah. I was about to start it as a joke, but then I realized how much I had to watch this season.
You have a lot to watch, Jesus Christ.
You have too much to watch.
Yeah.
There's a difference between us, Plasma.
It's honestly, it's just wholesome as hell. With like, it's not like boring. There's fighting and action and stuff.
Yeah.
But it's about a guy who gets reincarnated as a vending machine. He only has a set amount of words he can say, like hello there, like stuff like that a vending machine not say, but like they'd be like hello there, thank you for your use, you want a free item, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And a girl finds him, it's just and it's like a world where like there's not stuff like it's not as advanced as I guess the real world, I'll say. And they love the shit that he has in he sells in the vending machine. He becomes extremely popular, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it's just really nice to watch. It doesn't get stale. Like the premise, I don't think gets stale.
Yeah.
But I can't put it anywhere above B tier. But it's just nice to watch and see what happens with the characters. We get introduced to like couple new characters, and it's just a nice laugh to watch.
Yeah.
It's so stupid that like you can just laugh at it and just it's not serious. It's not too serious. It's just nice.
Yeah, I'm interested in it because like I haven't picked up a single like gimmicky isekai, and this seems like the gimmicky isekai.
Yeah.
What's up next for you?
I'm gonna say Horimiya, The Missing Pieces. I'm gonna put it in A tier.
All right.
It's good. I'll admit, I only watched until episode 3, but I have I read the manga and I looked at like the summary for all the episodes that I missed, and I remember what happens pretty well. And it's just nice slice of life shit. It's just the only like thing that I can really complain about it is the fact that it's like a side series with like a bunch of stories slotted into it, like taken from random bits where like sometimes you don't know the context.
Yeah.
Like episode 1, Miyamura and Hori aren't together. I think episode 2 they aren't, and then in like the next episode they're randomly together or something like that.
And that's why I decided not to pick it up personally, because I liked Horimiya, but I didn't think it was spectacular or anything. It was fine. In order for me to, in my opinion, truly enjoy Pieces, I'd had to watch Horimiya in its entirety with the canonical watch order for me to, in my opinion, truly enjoy it. Because if if I'm not watching it in canonical order, then I'm basically just watching a set of filler episodes.
It's true, yeah. But it pretty much is just filler. But Horimiya, I think, was like the first like really like wholesome romance that I really picked up.
Yeah.
Which started my addiction. And it's just I really like their relationship. It's just fun. And I honestly, I have to say, I love the fucking side characters. Most of them are fucking hilarious. And the dynamics between them are really like, they're just fun to watch, and it's a good laugh.
Yeah.
I think my favorite dynamic is probably the president with everyone. They're just, and there's a running gag in Pieces where so if you've watched it, you know that Miyamura doesn't like wear a t-shirt because he's got a bunch of tattoos.
Oh yeah.
And so he doesn't want to participate in swim class, which was like there was one mandatory one at the end of the year, so Ishikawa knows about like the tattoos and stuff, and he says, Miyamura says, "Oh, cover me! I don't want to do swim." So Ishikawa, like the genius he is, says, "Miyamura's on his period." And it becomes
I didn't see that coming at all.
And then Sengoku so doesn't want to participate in swim class because he's a fucking stick. He's really skinny. He even wears like multiple t-shirts because he doesn't want to look skinny. So he says, so the genius says the week before that his arm exploded his arm will explode the day before swim. The day before he predicted that it's gonna blow up. So the two excuses are one's on his period and one's arm blew up.
Holy shit!
Which is to happen in the future, which is I find extremely funny.
Yeah, it is pretty funny.
And it's just fun to see the dynamic between all the characters
Mm-hmm.
and see a bit more about them. It's just nice.
Maybe I will eventually pick it up in canonical order then.
Yeah.
Yeah, it won't be a super high priority for me, but I think I could get some enjoyment out of it. I think I'd actually
That's
like
fair, yeah.
Horimiya more if I got to see more of their relationship.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, let's be real, the series itself ended way too fast.
I mean, I think it was 126 chapters, a 12-episode season isn't enough.
Yeah, it really wasn't. So hopefully Pieces can give us a cool new ending.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Maybe. I don't know. It's been too long since
I know what
Horimiya.
happens afterwards. I'm not gonna spoil it in case they do show it off in Pieces.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's all I really have to say about it. It's just.
Yeah. So
I guess I'll go with another one. Or...
yeah, another one for you, and then I'll.
I'll do the third one. Which is. Topadita.
Top of D.
Yeah. It's an isekai. The MC's insanely strong. He got abandoned as a baby because basically what happened here is you get like this thing. He's like the son of, I think it was the princess. He, what's it called? He like gets his power tested and it's from 0 to 99 and he gets 2. Now, he doesn't actually have power of 2. It's actually like 103. But because the thing, it overflowed, so like it went back down to 2 because it was too much.
Yeah.
So he got abandoned by the mother because he was quote unquote weak. He got picked up by a family, and he's got one thing he can do, and that's like make barriers. But he can do a lot with them. He brought over anime to this new world to show to his sister with a barrier. He can teleport, like, he can do a bunch of shit. He made a clone of himself with a consciousness, with a conscience and everything, with barriers. And basically, at the start, his sister, like, hates him, doesn't talk to him. And then, after, like, 3 episodes, his sister doesn't leave him alone. She loves him so much. And it's always, like, going after him and stuff because he's strong. And it's mid. It's just,
yeah.
nothing.
Hearing the plot, I'm like, this is the most isekai thing I've ever heard.
Yeah. A classical isekai anime.
Yeah, and at this point you can't just be a classical isekai.
Exactly,
Because,
it doesn't work anymore.
Because Mushoku Tensei does that better than anyone.
I guess you could talk about that then.
Yeah. I mean, obviously
S
S-tier.
tier,
I mean,
yeah.
like, very obviously S-tier. Yeah, I mean,
Would
like...
you say it's better than season 1, or is season 1 better?
Season 1 is better. Unfortunately, the production quality of Season 2 is significantly worse than Season 1. The production values still aren't bad, mind you. It's just Season 1 looked like a movie every episode, so it just feels weird to have a more standard production for Season 2. However, production values aren't the be-all end-all. If the plot is good, then it can still be quite good. And the plot this time is that Rudius has erectile dysfunction. I'm not joking, by the way. That's actually the plot of Season 2. Hey, you haven't finished Season 1 yet, right?
I have.
Okay, you know why he has it then.
Yeah. I know why, but... It's crazy. It's crazy.
Oh, man. So basically, the plot of the series is him trying to get over the trauma of Eris leaving him.
Yeah.
And it's really fucking compelling. If I were to give some criticisms, I'd say that overall, the arc itself has been kind of slow. However, Mushoku Tensei has always been a slow series, and it's always been a series that rewards you for your investment.
Yeah.
So it's not really something that I'm worried about. They're gonna give us a hype moment soon enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, cause Sylphie's back. I know they're gonna do some cool shit with that.
I actually really liked her character. I was upset when she just like vanished.
Yeah, she was in like 2 episodes in Season 1, and now she's actually here.
Yeah. I need to start season 2 at some point.
Absolutely, I highly recommend it. I think
Yeah.
Mushoku Tensei overall is probably my favorite isekai.
Right.
Granted, my favorite isekai changes based off of my mood because I consider the big three to be Mushoku Tensei, Re:Zero, and Konosuba. All three of which
Re:Zero's dead!
Re:Zero is not mid! All three of which I think are pretty much equal in objective quality, and my favorite one depends mainly on my mood, but I'm usually in the mood for Mushoku Tensei more than any other isekai. So I'd say it's probably my favorite isekai overall.
Uh-huh.
So the fact that it is continuing is amazing to me. It's not season 1, so by default I feel like it's kind of bottom of S, but I mean it's an obvious S tier. I mean it's fucking Mushoku Tensei.
Yeah, I just realized how stupid I am. I started Mushoku Tensei so I could start season 2 when it started airing, and I just didn't watch it.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna watch it before. I'll watch it before the end of the season.
Yeah, I recommend it. It's
Yeah.
Yes, if we can both talk about it and in our seasonal recap video coming out in a few weeks, then
Yeah.
that'll be great.
Yeah. I guess I'll go with one then.
Yeah, of course.
Let's go with My Happy Marriage. I'm gonna put this one in A-tier.
Alright.
Above Borunya, I'd say. This one is really, really sweet. It's very sad to like watch, but I think from now on, it's gonna be like really, really wholesome.
Yeah.
Because it's basically about a girl who there's like ability, like basically superpowers in this world, and she gets born from a very like I forgot what the exact like superpower that her parents had, but they were like insanely like important.
Yeah.
But she didn't inherit the superpowers, so she was written off as a disappointment. She then her mom died, her dad remarried, had a daughter, and her stepmother and her sister like started like abusing her.
Wow.
And like she was basically a servant her entire life, and she gets invited to marry this man who has a history of rejecting a lot of women, and basically Mia, the main girl, is like someone who Kudo actually likes, because he can tell that she's not there just because of his like status, but she can't shake off, even though she's like in a happy relationship, quote unquote, she can't shake off the trauma that she's endured, and she thinks that she doesn't deserve happiness. So she's very timid at first, but she starts to open up a bit more, and it's really nice to see.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna spoil what happens, the major event that's just happened, but it's good. It's nice to watch.
In conclusion, I'm picking this series up after this video. It sounds
It's good,
amazing.
It's good, yeah.
Yeah. That's what we do here, boys. We get recommendations.
I guess I'll go for another one, or do you want to go over one?
Oh yeah, go over the rest of your list.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'll just go with the one on the left then.
Yeah.
It's middle of C, above the, yeah, there. This one's, it's not an isekai, but it feels like one.
The poster feels like an isekai.
There's an OP protagonist who used to be like a big hero in the world because he got powers when he was like 3 years old, but he just wants to live a normal life.
Yeah.
So he goes to the school, but the problem is he doesn't know what normal is. So he at first he looks like he's a bit of a goof, and he like tries to befriend like the most popular girl in the year, who's like quite like reserved and stuff. And he shows that he's OP because at first the girl doesn't believe that he's actually like in like the top class, and then I think it was in like episode 2 or 3. There's like the principal says we're gonna bring in like a magical beast for training, and there's a dragon, and everyone's like really like scared of it and stuff. So the genius, while having food in his hand, says, "Oi, sit down!" Jumps up and fucking punches the dragon, and it
Bro.
falls down. And then he turns around, and he's like, "Oh, okay." And he feeds her the dragon some food, and everyone looks at him like, "What the hell?" And he's like, "That's normal, right? No, everyone can do that. It's like a baby dragon. Come on." And they're like, "No, that's not normal." Do you know what the fucking dragon becomes? The dragon becomes a lolly, basically. Because the main character defeated the dragon sees the main character as her parent.
Yeah.
So he's a dad to a dragon and has to take care of the dragon, and a bunch of other shit goes on, and it's okay. It's not bad by any means, but it's nothing amazing.
Yeah.
It's just, it's not. I've almost called it a regular isekai because it feels so much like an isekai, but it's not.
Yeah.
But it's okay. It's nothing horrible. And
Alright.
this, what's this again?
I don't remember because I didn't watch it.
Actually, wait, let me go and check. Because
Check your anime list, Plasma.
I'm a bit of a moron. Huh?
That's what happens when you
Is this
pick up 15 fucking anime in a season.
Is this a random ass anime that I didn't actually watch? Am I stupid?
Maybe.
Wait, hold up. I think it might be actually. I'm not gonna lie. Wait, let me just. Yeah, I think that's just a random one that I didn't actually watch. I'm a bit
Okay.
of a moron.
In that case, I can now finally get to one that that I saw. You've read the manga for this one, but I've just been watching
Yeah.
the anime.
Mhm.
The reception I've seen for The Girl I Like Forgot Her Glasses has been extremely mixed. Some
Yeah.
people think it's good, other people fucking hate it.
Yeah, other people think the premise and all is stupid. Which
Yeah,
I
I'm-
don't agree, but-
And it's like, I'm trying not to let the hate mob determine what my thoughts
Yeah.
on it are, but I'm gonna be real. It's getting really close to being mid, if I'm being real.
Mhm.
But I think it just barely is B tier for me. Because, I mean, the dynamic between the main two characters is pretty charming. Like,
That's what saves it for me, yeah.
the main,
It's
the fucking Komura's like, "Oh my god! She touched my nipple? What?" And then
It's
Mia's
true,
like,
yeah.
"What's a fucking nipple? I'm gonna fucking suck your dick now."
I'm gonna try and not let
And then she's gonna be like, "Where the fuck is your dick? I don't have my fucking glasses on."
And then she's gonna look down, "Oh my god, I have a dick!"
Komura-kun, is this my dick? Holy shit.
Very, very interesting.
It's it's a fun dynamic though. Nervous fucking wreck and complete dumbass is not something that I thought would work. It works.
It works, yeah. I agree with the B-tier placement. I think I don't know how much they'll adapt, but from what I've read, it does get good. I really like it so far.
Yeah, my
Obviously,
assumption
I
is
don't
that my assumption based off of how the anime adaptation is going is that they're gonna try to adapt it to some sort of ending.
Yeah, I think I know roughly where the ending will be, but
Yeah,
it's alright, yeah.
because in the show, the adaptation is being paced very quickly, pretty obviously.
Yeah.
So that or the manga
I
chapters are just that
watch,
short.
yeah. They're not. To be honest, I read it a while ago, so I don't actually quite remember.
Yeah.
How long they were? I don't think they were too short, but I don't think they had too much. Like each page had too much detail.
Yeah.
From what I remember, I could be completely wrong though. So.
Well, that's why what I see from this show is I think it's I think the adaptation is going to try to give it some sort of ending, and then it probably won't get adapted further. That's my assumption.
Yeah, I mean, I know like a lot of people were saying that the production was good. Some people were saying it was absolutely horrible.
Yeah, I think the consensus is that the production is bad, which I don't really get. Like, it looks.
I remember when people were like, when the trailer came out, everyone was like getting really excited for it, saying it looked amazing.
Yeah.
But now people are saying it looks bad.
Yeah.
Obviously, I haven't watched anything at all.
The main thing is just people dislike the camera angles, which I can see why someone would dislike them. But honestly, I don't see an issue with them at all. Frankly, I really don't give a shit. The production really has nothing to do with my opinions on the series. Because my opinions are determined based off of the plot, the characters, the things I actually give a shit about in a story.
Yeah.
The production could be done. Okay, the production couldn't be done like fucking stick men figures. The characters have to have designs, but
I can't animate it, but
yeah.
I mean,
but that's just my opinion. And of course, when a show does have good production values, that boosts it up. I mean, my opinion on Mushoku Tensei Season 2 made that clear.
yeah.
So, now we can get on to stuff we both saw. That, or I can have a moment to talk about something that that you haven't seen yet, and I have seen, but isn't on this list. So we're gonna use Rent a Girlfriend because it'd be fucking funny. Link Click Season 2 is fucking amazing, man. Yeah. Let me get my Mal tab on this monitor. All right, there we go. We have gotten the Mal tab on the monitor. Since there's no visual for it, I'm just gonna show it on this Mal tab.
Yeah.
So, by Link Click Season 1, after further reflection, I think Season 1 is truly a masterpiece. A 10 out of 10, near perfect work. Season 1 is that good. Season 2 feels very much like a different series. It's not as good as Season 1, but I didn't expect it to be any better than Season 1.
Yeah.
So I'm able to appreciate it for what it is, which is a damn good series. While the first season, I'd describe it as like Steins Gate crossed with Violet Evergarden. So time travel elements with a lot of really emotional, hard-hitting moments that'll make you cry. Season 2 is kind of like Erased, whereas very much more of a mystery series about uncovering the people who are trying to fuck with the main character's business, along with, of course, saving the lives of anyone else that the villains get their hands on. It's definitely a tonal shift from Season 1. However, it's done effectively, and the cliffhanger of Season 1 pretty much... The cliffhanger of Season 1 made it so that I couldn't have any other perceptions of what Season 2 would look like, because it made it pretty fucking obvious that nothing would be the same. Which is why I'm able to appreciate it as much as I am, and why I think it's still really great. Like, and of course they still have the elements of time travel to get in the shoes of someone else's life, and that shit still hits like a fucking emotional roller coaster. It's definitely written by the same people. It's just they're taking the story itself in a different direction, and it's good. It's really, really good. The fact that Rent a Girlfriend is an A tier is fucking hilarious to me.
Is it just what we're both watching now? Or
yeah, it's just what we're both watching now. I'll talk about Pokemon Horizons later.
Oh, okay.
So, what do you want to start with?
I guess we could just start with...
I want to do Zom 100 last. So, which of these do you want to do first?
Let's do Pat, because I think...
Mid,
yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. When I watched it because you said, "Oh, it's like a gender-swapped Senko-san," and I was like, "Oh man, that actually sounds like it could be really good."
Yeah, they fell off.
And seeing how I consider Masterful Cat to be mid, it had made me had to evaluate, why do I love Senko-san as much as I do? Because Senko-san is a masterpiece to me. It's my favorite comfort anime of all time. And that's what I realized. Comfort. Senko-san is supposed to be relaxing and comfortable. That's its appeal. That's its appeal, and that's its niche. Masterful Cat. When I watch it, I really don't know what it's trying to do or what it's trying to be. I could say comedy, however, there are plenty more funny anime released this season. Like, Glasses is funnier, Tony Kaku Kawaii is funnier.
Yeah. I think the best part about it was definitely when the cat turned into like Snoop Dogg. I found that hilarious.
Yeah.
But I think the premise was that nothing really happened. I think I finished episode 3 or 4.
Yeah, I'm caught up
It
with
didn't look like the story was going anywhere else. But it started to drop too, so
yeah, my I'm still watching it. I don't try to drop stuff.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna catch up on it, but it's not the best.
Yeah, I don't think it'll improve or anything because I've already settled my mind on it not being anything particularly special.
Yeah.
However, because I say the plot itself isn't going anywhere crazy. It's all right. Like I don't know, man. I just don't really know what this one's trying to be or what its appeal is trying to be. So I can't really get into it.
I think just watch Senko-san instead of this, really. Like...
Exactly. If you want more housemate, I guess we'll call it the housewife genre, then just rewatch Senko-san.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I guess
but
we'll go for Kawaii then.
And next up, I'll talk about Koni Kaku Kuwa. Tony Kaku Kawaii season 2.5. It's an obvious A tier.
Yeah.
I would personally put it here. I don't know for sure.
But yeah.
I'll go here.
I'll probably end up putting My Happy Marriage above Tony Kaku Kawaii, but...
Yeah, in that case, we can just do this.
Yeah.
That's a fair compromise.
It's just fun.
Yeah. It's more of the same, and I think that's perfectly... I think that's good. Hell, I wouldn't even say it's exactly more of the same. Nasa
exactly
now has to be a high school teacher, high school substitute, and it makes for a lot of fun scenes and interactions that wouldn't have happened before. Like, the plot is forced to move now because now Tsukasa is feeling even more self-conscious than she was in season 2. She's like, oh my god, all these high school girls are rallying around my husband, and she's getting a little worried about it. And, like, justifiably so, because we're at a point of the series now where we know that Nasa is a Chad. Back in season 1, he was... He had some of those nervous qualities. By this point, he's fucking shameless. He's like, I love my wife! I love how season 2 did the role reversal with that. It was such a good idea for the series. Yeah, and then, of course, this arc pushes that idea further than season 2 did. And it's been so much fucking fun. My favorite joke of this entire anime season was when one of the teachers called him an isekai protagonist. She's like, how do we have such a fucking genius here? It just goes to show how far NASA has come throughout all of this. I wouldn't even say how far he's come. He's basically the same guy, but how far our perception of him has come.
I don't know what, I think it's fucking hilarious how NASA is teaching a high school, he's a fucking Chad. He didn't even go to high school.
Yeah. Like, he didn't go to high school and he's still a fucking super genius.
Exactly.
And then, yeah, it's just so fun and relaxing watching Tony Kaku Kawaii.
Yeah, it's different, but still similar enough to where it feels comfortable and you know you're watching the same series.
Like it's quite good. I'm very happy overall whenever I watch it. I never feel lonely when I watch it ever. No, that never happens.
Yeah.
I had surprisingly little to say about it. I thought I'd have more because of just how much I'm enjoying it, but
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, it's like a side series, so it's not. I think it's just not. It's just more of the same.
yeah, it's basically just, oh shit, we can't adapt all of season 3, so we're gonna put this arc into an ONA.
Yeah.
Which makes me extremely excited for season 3. Like, what shit are they hiding for that?
Yeah.
I should just pick up the manga at this point. I think it'd be
I think of the same. Yeah.
I think it would be a great manga read because it's just relaxing, happy.
Yeah.
It would just put me in a good mood, which is typically what I use manga for.
Mhm.
Anyway, Zom 100 is the best anime here.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wouldn't quite say it's an SS tier anime quite yet, but honestly, it could be.
It could. There's definitely like the opportunity for it to be.
Yeah, because right now it's far and away the best anime this season. That first episode, man, it was a fucking roller coaster. It's the Oshinoko of the season. It really is. Just so much passion was put into the prologue of the series, and it's not as big. It's not people saying this aren't as loud as the people who said it for Oshinoko, but I have heard some people say it's not as good as after episode 1, and I'm like, bitch, it gets better after episode 1.
Agreed.
Like every episode is an improvement over the last. It's an anime that keeps on getting better the more you watch it.
Yeah.
Which
I think.
Because, like, for as much as I think Oshinoko is a near-perfect masterpiece, I will admit, Episode 1 is only really matched by Episode 6 and 7.
Yeah.
Zom 100? Nah, it just keeps getting better. So, like... let me elaborate on why, then, because, like, there's definitely a lot to unpack with this series. A lot that I feel like I can't really unpack if I, since I haven't finished the series yet, but, like, I mean, it's just good.
It's
like,
just good.
The main character started the series not feeling fulfillment in life. He hated his life. He didn't feel like he had the freedom to do the things that he actually wanted to do, and he had been feeling that way for so long that he didn't even know what he wanted to do anymore. All he could do was stay in this state of complacency where he's just miserable. And I feel like a lot of people get lost in that feeling. I've gotten lost in that feeling. Watching that first episode, I felt I pitied Akira, but I also related to Akira. And then by the end of the episode, when the zombie apocalypse starts, he's just like, holy shit, I can quit my job. I can do the things I've always wanted to do. And what I take away from this series, its main central theme, is that even in the worst, most darkest times, as long as you have the will to keep doing stuff, and as long as you know what you want to do with your life, then you can still find happiness. Because he's the constant source of positivity for every character.
I have to say what drew me to Zone 100 was definitely like the art style, and what I loved that they did is before the zombie apocalypse, it was very colorless and kind of like literally dead. But as soon as he figures out that he's free, it becomes a lot more colorful and a lot nicer to watch. And I could just go on and say all the stuff that you said before about how good it is. I don't think there's any point in me just saying the same stuff that you have.
Yeah. It's
a great watch, and I think one of what I love is seeing. Honestly, I forgot her name. The girl.
I'm looking it up right now. I need to memorize her name anyway.
Yeah. I think her character is gonna be very important to the series, and I think her being very focused on survival and all of that is it's almost kind of like what Akira was like before. Just
she is
on his job and nothing else.
She's the thematic the thematic contrast to Akira.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shizuka.
Only
as
caring
Aiden.
about survival and stuff, and I think it's definitely she's gonna play a very important part in the story, and I hope we see more of her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I thought that yeah, because I think she's a great character. And we haven't even seen very much of her. She's still very much a mystery. But we already know that she's the foil to Akira. Akira's like, I want to do shit with my life. I want to live it to the fullest. It doesn't matter if I die so long as I enjoy the life I lived. Meanwhile, Shizuka is like, holy shit, I'm gonna die. I need to make sure that I can survive, do all this shit, isolate myself from everyone.
I need to live no matter what, even if that life that I'm living is extremely boring and unfulfilling.
Yeah. What I can gather from her character too is that she doesn't even particularly dislike the life she's living. However, I feel like the life she's living is gonna lead to her misery later on in the series, and that's gonna create a very interesting plot point.
Yeah.
And then Kenichiro, best girl easily. I fucking love this guy.
I really like him. Yeah, he's great.
Yeah, he is such a he's probably my favorite friend character in any anime, with the exception of Sunahara from Clan Ed. Like, he is that fucking good. He is so funny.
One of the greatest scenes between them two was in the recent episode where there's a fucking walking shark, and they're like, shark? But wait, it's got legs. Okay, so it isn't a shark. Then what the fuck is it?
Yeah, their interactions just feel so normal. Episode 4, the one with the plane attendants, I feel like that did a particularly good job at showing off what their relationship is like. Because episode 3 was focused on reuniting them, so it's not going to be like your typical interactions between the two. But in episode 4, you realize, wow, these two really are best friends that were just torn apart because they didn't have opportunities to see each other or be honest with each other.
They feel like they're the best friends who never see each other, but when they do, they're best friends instantly. No matter what. No matter how long it's been, they're best friends anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's such a wholesome friendship.
Definitely.
It is the best friendship of the season.
In the middle of all the like zombie apocalypse shit, it's so nice to have just a really wholesome friendship in the middle of it.
Exactly. And what I like about the series too is that it's the zombie apocalypse, but since Akira has such a positive mindset on the world itself reflects that in its color scheme. Like, it's all colorful, bright, and kind of cheerful despite the fact that the characters are in such a horrible situation.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the color scheme just looks cool too. I mean, this is a banger fucking poster.
Definitely.
Like, I hadn't seen this poster yet.
Oh, it's sick! Holy shit!
Yeah, it looks fucking awesome. And of course, the main poster looks great too.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, it's such a cool looking anime. The art style kind of reminds me of like My Hero Academia, but with more color.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah. Granted, the only character that really looks like an MHA character is Akira. He looks like Deku.
Yeah. Which is funny because he's 24.
Yeah.
And sometimes I forget that he's not. He looks like a fucking 16-year-old.
Yeah, he looks like 16, not 24.
With the enjoyment he has for life and the way he's living it, he looks like a 16-year-old.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Which
granted,
I guess is. He is kind of releasing his inner child that he's been building up for so long, working at.
Yeah, and that's what the point of the series is
yeah, which is great.
You shouldn't feel ashamed to you shouldn't try to let your childhood go. You should still try to enjoy the life that you have, and I think that's fucking beautiful.
Yeah.
Like, this is a series that really makes me feel, really makes me think. It makes me laugh, too. How the fuck have I not mentioned the comedy yet? This series is fucking hilarious. There are so many good jokes in this one.
Definitely.
And in a show that makes me as emotional as Zom 100 does, I was not expecting it to be as fucking funny as it is.
Definitely.
Like, pretty much every joke lands.
Definitely, yeah. I really like the comedy in that.
Yeah. Like, for me, this is a 9 out of 10, but who knows? It could pretty easily rise up to the SS tier.
It probably could, yeah. I think, depending on how they take the story, I think it could definitely has the opportunity to become an SS.
Yeah, like,
series.
my initial thoughts were that Mushoku Tensei was the best anime of the season, but I think it's pretty easily Zom 100 after actually talking it out. It's so good. It is so fucking good.
Definitely.
But, oh yeah, right. Horizon's Pokemon is something I haven't discussed yet. Well, what's a funny substitute I could use? The shitty sequel to Devil's a Part-Time Role, use that. But I mean, it's A tier as well. I can't take it seriously with the, but I mean, Pokemon Horizons is just as good as it was last season. The arc where they had to retrieve the pendant from the villains was really fucking good. Like, it added some much needed conflict after the villains hadn't been there for quite a few episodes. So, yeah, I mean, it's still really good. It's still Pokemon Horizons, and it's the only good Pokemon series we've ever gotten since XY.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was my TED Talk. How the fuck do I end this thing?
Say something weird like you always do.
Alright. I want to have some incest with you in the fucking comment section! Comment what your favorite anime this season was, and I'll fuck you right in the ass! But only if you're a cute girl, which won't happen because only dudes like anime!
Yeah, we're gonna have to cut this one short because we have to have some sex. So me and Ace have to fuck heavily.
Oh yeah.
So we're gonna have to cut this one short.
I forgot about that. I have to stop cheating. I'm sorry, Plasma. You're the only one for me.
On, man. Thank you.
Exactly. But that was our seasonal discussion. Please discuss your opinions down in the comment section, assuming that you remember what that is. And we will see you all next time when the season is over and we can give our actual opinions, because people still unironically use the don't give an opinion until you finished an argument, which is a bad fucking argument. Stop fucking using it!